Hello YouTubers, just out for a quick evening ride on the bike. Nice beautiful day today. It's been red hot. In fact, I'm surprised we haven't had climate protesters out. Usually the media have whipped them up into a sweaty frenzy when there's a little bit of warm weather. So yeah, just like I say, just having a quick ride. Don't even know where I'm going or anything, but I haven't bothered changing my filters or anything on the cameras or the settings or anything, so this might be a bit bright for you actually. Well, no doubt towards the end it'll be fine. In fact, seeing as I'm heading this way, I think I'll head up Colbeck sort of area. Nice up there, like. It was actually the first place I ever got a ticket on the motorbike back in the day, on a little DR125. Me and my friends were there's a quarry up there, and we were doing a little bit of scrambling up there, and the police came along. They decided to give us a ticket. Yes, we are all criminals. So yeah, not much to talk about really. Let's talk about the bike. I think that's probably what everybody's here for at the end of the day. The GSX-S750. Cheapest of the middleweights, I would say. Full price £8 thereabouts in the UK. And for that you get a 750cc 4-cylinder engine, pumping out about 114 brake horsepower. Yeah, the engine is probably the best thing about the bike. It's you know, it's almost a pussycat down low. When you start to get a few revs on though, really really comes alive. Or something I have noticed since I had the bike serviced and can now go up to 8,000 revs, it gets a bit vibey up above 7,000 revs. And those vibes manifest themselves in the ooh, that's a bit rough, crappy roads. That manifests itself in the saddle. You know, you don't get it in the bars or anything like that. or you don't appear to anyway. You get this buzz in your backside. Now I can imagine if you were cruising at those sorts of revs, which is probably unlikely, like 7,000 revs, I dare say you'd be doing over 100 mile an hour, like, or approaching 100 mile an hour at least. That might be a problem if you were cruising at those sorts of speeds, revs, etc. But you know, cruising at 70, 80 miles an hour, you know, it's fine, eh? You know, he's only talking about 5,000 revs at 70 mile an hour. Oh, a little bit of wind today. For me, the seating position is great on this bike, and I'm like 6'2". It's comfortable, to be honest. Like, I'm not a big 6'2". Well, I'm getting bigger, it has to be said, but you know, I'm quite a thin person really, and I find it roomy enough. I don't know if it'd be roomy enough for two though, but to be quite honest, when you look at the passenger seat, I don't think I'd want to be a passenger on it anyway. You know, it's not a tourer as such. You know, at the end of the day, it's a naked street bike, you know, which also goes for the you know, I was talking earlier about the vibes at around 7,000 revs, how they might be a problem. I dare say the wind blast would be a problem before the vibes were, to be honest. The suspension isn't anything special, you know, there's no adjustment on it apart from preload. And straight out the box, for me, it's been pretty good. It's been fine. You know, I haven't had to do anything to it so far. It felt a bit harsh to start off with, but that's new suspension, I suppose, eh? You know, it's starting to bed in now and loosen up a little bit. Yeah, it's fine. You know, I think I might take a little bit of air out of the back tyre, run it slightly lower than 42 psi, which is what they recommend, just for comfort more than anything else. The tyres on it seem fine, although as I've said before, I'm probably going to get the Road 5s again, try to see what they're like on this. You know, there's one or two people on the forums that seem great, so yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, it's a great bike, and it looks wise. Well, you know, it's up to you whether you like the look of it or not. I love it, like I do. I love it. And of course you can get accessories for it from Suzuki, and there's a lot of aftermarket ones as well. I've put a few accessories on mine, you know, the obligatory tail tidy, the Suzuki screen, the single seat cowl, all those little bits like that. But going back to the suspension, you know, it's good at what it does, you know what I mean? I'm not an expert at suspension. You know, if I was, you know, if the bike was wobbling all over the place, then I'd be saying, yeah, it's wobbling all over the place, it's crap. But it's fine, eh? You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It does what it's meant to do. It takes the fucking bumps out the road. is pouring all over the road. Yeah, so yeah, the bike's great, as I say, you know, and I've said it before, even if it's your first bike, you know, after passing your test, I'd just go for it. Yeah, it's a great bike, like, lovely bike. Another thing that I did, which I think you may have seen in my last video, I've put LED headlight bulb in. Yeah. I was never a fan of LEDs, strangely enough. When I had the Honda, I thought, but they do look brighter, you know, and it's best to be seen, you know, especially in this day and age. Speaking of which, you know, being out on the bike, like I went out this morning, and I've been out a couple of times during the week. What is wrong with everybody at the moment? It's like everybody's gone completely mad. You know, they were always mad, but now they've gone fucking completely mental, like. You know, they see a motorcyclist and it's almost as if they want to kill you just for riding a motorbike. It's unbelievable. Car drivers and stuff, you know, especially the kids. But anyway, I suppose it must have something to do with lockdown. People hating each other that little bit more because they haven't seen anybody for ages. This town that we're going through at the moment, this is Dalston, just outside Carlisle. About 5 miles outside Carlisle. Nice sleepy little hamlet. And what we're going to do is we're going to head up to Warnell Fell from here. See what's happening up there. A lot of sheep up there, so slow riding. And I don't really know what to do after that, to be honest. And I'll just keep talking as much as I can. Yeah, but yeah, the bike, the GSX-S750, it is a nice bike. Like don't get us wrong, I know there'll be other bikes that are better, but for the price, and certainly the price I got it for, as I say, it was pre-registered, but 6.5 grand, 0 miles, you know, that's a great, I thought it was a great price. I actually saw one the same for 6,200 not long after, at a different dealer, like, but I was quite happy with the 6,500, to be quite honest. Yeah, it's a great deal for what you get. I could get people talking about the screen, and I think I said last time I was out, you know, the only thing I don't like about the screen is that it's a bit low. I'm having to shift my head to see what's going on, you know, so, but it shows everything that you need. Yeah. All the stuff that you look at regularly, things like your speed, you know, and your revs, they're all as clear as anything. And your gear shifter, you know, your gear position is shown quite clearly as well. Fuel is reasonably clear. It's all the other little shit, you know, like your blooming odometer and, you know, your trip meters and all that sort of carry on, and your clock, you know, that are perhaps a little bit hard to see, but Who cares about them, eh? You know what I mean? Nobody cares, like. Don't tell us what time it is. I'm enjoying myself. Everything else is just, you know, it's all adequate. You know, it's adequate level of spec, eh? You know. It has traction control, which I started off with it on 3, to be honest. This was in the winter, of course. I'm at 2 now. It's never kicked in, eh? You know, like, I'm not an aggressive rider or anything, but I've never seen the traction control light come on yet. So, you know, could probably knock it off, to be honest. Here we are, we're heading towards the Lake District here, the foothills of the Lake District. Town of Welton. It's another town that used to have a really nice pub that has gone to the wall. It's now residential, I think. It's a shame, all these little country pubs. Used to be nothing nicer than going out to a country pub, having a nice meal, and then, you know, staying the night in nice surroundings. One of my favourites is the Britannia Inn at Elterwater in Langdale. I still get the hankering to go and stay in that, because it's a hotel as well. Well, it's an inn. You know, you can stop out. You stop there overnight and stuff. It's lovely out there, like. But yeah, I do like a country pub. But like I say, they're all going to the wall, and I don't suppose this coronavirus lockdown carry on is helping any of them. To be taking my time today, don't I? Letting traffic by is, you know, where I've could have obviously gone there, like, even before the first vehicle. I don't know. Must be just feeling polite or something, or just enjoying the ambience. That's what I'm doing. Just enjoying the evening. There's a callback transmitter. These are landmarks that'll mean nothing to you guys, but you know, these are things that, you know. There's a nice view over the Solway Firth there, over to Scotland. Yeah, but these landmarks that I keep pointing out, they'll mean nothing to you guys, but you know, they mean a lot to me. Like, have a stop up here somewhere just to see if my screen is covered in flies, because my visor is like. Give that a clean off. Oh, get out the way, bird, I don't want to run you over. This is where we got sheep all over the place. They're generally okay, actually, you know, they don't generally walk out in front of you or run out in front of you or anything like that, because they're used to the traffic, like, but maybe not so much at the moment. Obviously there won't be as much traffic as what there normally is on here. This is the quarry where I got my first ever ticket. Well, actually I'll pull in further up actually. Yeah, plenty of flies on this on the camera there, so I'll get them cleaned off and we'll carry on. So yeah, it's nice countryside up here. I used to like going walking over there in Dale Beck, Fellside sort of area. A lot of mining used to go on here, like. It's a nice country round here. The roads could be a bit better though, it has to be said. They are a bit choppy, to say the least. No, 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 no. That's another thing about the this bike. It has pretty good brakes as well. You know, very good feel on them. Of course, it's got those radially mounted calipers as well, so you know, it's all good stuff. You know, for the money that you're paying, it's pretty cool, eh? Yeah, let's head up to Keswick. Well, there's been a lot of stuff. Could have went that way, but well, there's been a lot of stuff kicking off in America over that guy that was killed by the police. Seems very strange that people are protesting by burning their own house down, like. Just ridiculous. Pardon me. Oh, come on, out the road, buzzard. Bloody hell. It's the last thing I would want to hit is a bloody buzzard. I'd get ripped to shreds. I thought it was a pheasant at first, like. Yeah, I could go that way, I know, but I'll go to Uldale, I think. Gives us two options as to what to do next. It's a nice evening, gorgeous evening in fact. Look at that for a view. It's fantastic, isn't it? Got Binsey over there, and Scotland and the Solway Firth over there. So it doesn't get much better than this. Uldale. Fly up inside my helmet there. Bloody flies. It's nice country round here. It is. But like I say, the roads are choppy. Roads are very choppy. But the suspension seems to be coping okay. I haven't felt it bottom out at all. Not that I'm going extremely fast or anything. Bassenthwaite Lake. Like travelling at these speeds on this bike, going back to what I was saying about vibes there, you know, the engine is just as smooth as silk. Like, you know, I can't feel the engine revving at all here. Like, it's just, you know, it's spot on. Like, it's only, like I say, when you get into the higher revs that it starts to vibe. And it's not, you know, annoyingly vibey, you know, but just like a buzz, you know. I can imagine the girls love it. Lots of flies through here. Yes, not a great night for recording. It's like a bloody meteor storm. Oh, come out the road, little birdie. We don't want to run you over if we can help it. I hate running wildlife over. You know, whether I'm in the car or whether I'm in, you know, on the bike, whatever. I try and avoid it as much as I can, even when I'm in the car, you know, rabbits and that sort of thing, where it's safe to, obviously. You know, I don't go slamming my brakes on with people behind us or anything. So there we are, Bassenthwaite village. And we'll head towards Penrith, I think. And that big lump in front of us, that's Skiddaw. I don't know why they don't just make all of this 30 mile an hour, you know, because there's about a 200-yard section here before you get to another 30 mile an hour. See what I mean? Back to 30 again. Nice views. It's a lovely place. English Lake District. It's great having it on your doorstep as well. Here for 2 miles. Back into 30. Yeah, it's quite mad in that respect, this road. It's a nice road to travel along, like, it's, you know, nice and bendy, nice little twisties on it. quite honest, on this road you'd normally be looking out for tourists, you know, people walking as well as driving, cyclists, all that sort of carry on, but it's really quiet tonight. Again, probably due to the lockdown and what have you. Not as many people about. It's a nice place. Building here. Something to do with flood defences or... Oh, that's us at Keswick, pretty much anyway. Roundabout coming up, I think, if I remember this road rightly. Yeah, it's coming up. It's a nice backdrop. Nice backdrop for a video, this, I'll tell you. Pulling here and I'll say me goodbyes because it's all, you know, quite big A roads from here on in. It'd be quite well, I say it'd be quite boring, maybe it's all been boring for you, but we'll have a look at the bike and stuff, just get some views of the bike, because I think last time I actually forgot to show you the screen, even though I'd put it on, you know what I mean? So it's like at the moment. gloves off there for the moment. There you go. So as you can see, it does, you know, it looks better than the Givi one, in my opinion. Yeah, it just keeps that, you know, that hunchiness of it. You know, it's a nice, nice screen, and really easy to fit as well. So I need to head home, and I've got to feed an old woman. So I'll say my goodbye. So thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you soon, and hopefully we'll get out of this COVID-19 lockdown unscathed. So until then, ride safely everybody, take care, bye bye.